From the moment I open up my eyes, there's one thing that stays on my mind. The Love Her Show with the duo. You gotta love her, praise her, treat her right. Let your life reflect all the beauty that's inside of you. You gotta love yourself, let the best of you shine through.
Welcome to the Love Her Show with the duo.
Welcome back. So happy to be back, and we made it through another week.
We have, which is great.
Yes.
Welcome to the Love Her Show with the duo.
Come on in. Hey. We're back.
Grab something to drink and tune in.
I know. I've been on this water thing all day.
Me too.
But for those of you who are joining us for the first time or coming back, I'm Kelly Fisher.
And I'm Tana Gilmore.
And together, we're the Matchmaking Duo. So, how was your week, Tana?
It was great. We, of course, I don't know if you guys follow us on social media, but if you don't, please do.
Yes.
At the Matchmaking Duo on all social media platforms. But we were in New York over the weekend.
We were. We're in New York so often. I mean, it's kind of like a second home. And actually, this time it was warm.
It was like 88 degrees.
We usually go in the winter, and I'm telling you,
freezing.
It's so funny. So I'm from New Jersey area, but I'm still cold down here. But whenever we go up there in the cold, that is the only time I see Tana take off. She takes off.
Sprinting.
I'm like, Tana, I didn't know you could walk that fast. She takes off like never before. I don't know if it's like a walk run, but when it's cold, she's gone.
I'm not playing. And it's so funny because I'm originally from Chicago.
Right?
But I've been in Charlotte for like 16, 17 years. But I'm telling you, my blood is thin right now. It is freezing. But Kelly walks so fast.
Well, I walk fast anyway, but Tana, I have never seen you walk that fast. So we didn't have to deal with that this time. It was like 80 degrees, and so we were able to stroll and talk at the same time.
Yeah, we even took the subway. Look at us. We took the subway.
Yes, my bell is here, so don't you worry. Yes, we took the subway. So we normally drive everywhere, and we do the parking and all that. But this time we didn't
even feel like doing all that with the car.
Yeah, we flew in, and we were tired, so we mapped out the train and took the subway, the 1 and the 3 and all that stuff, and we were gone. We were there, an hour early?
We sure were. I'm so proud of us.
I was very proud of us, so that was a good experience.
We got the whole New York experience, and we are in New York at least a few times a year.
Yes.
I mean, at least.
We are.
You know, like I said, we're always driving around and whatever.
Yeah, it was a nice trip in the Big Apple. So, we were at the Matchmaking Institute where we started our business.
Yeah, it was
some years ago, a conference, and they invited us to come back and speak. So that was really rewarding. So in a whole room of love professionals from all over the world, not the country.
Yes,
so what was it? China and Belgium,
Ukraine,
London,
amazing.
all
Yugoslavia.
over.
It was amazing.
Canada, there were a lot from Canada too.
From Canada. So love gurus from all over the world. It was amazing being in the presence of all of these love gurus. And so our panel topic was the power of the female dollar. And so we talked about just great things about women because we love working with women. We work with men too.
You do.
But we love working with our women. And you'd be surprised that a lot of other matchmakers don't usually take women. They don't usually work with women.
The nerve.
I know.
The nerve. We talked about some of the myths.
There's a subliminal message
some
behind
of the myths and the facts about working with women. So since we're women, we can say it. So, we can be a little over the top.
We can be a trip.
Yeah, we can be a trip now. So, sometimes people who are not blessed with the gift of working with women are like, you know what, men just tell me what they want. They write a check. I find it. That's good. So women, we have a lot more issues and things that we need to massage and work out, we were built for this.
We were. And it's so rewarding. I mean, we've worked with men in the past and we have male clients right now. They are easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they are easier. Let's just say it.
Yep,
they are easier.
It is true.
They don't take, you just tell them what to do and they just do it because men like direct communication. So, just tell them what to do.
There have to be matchmakers for men too, so we get it. But I think we were just kind of opening up everyone's eyes that it's very rewarding to work with women and that women need our help too.
We're happy to give it.
We are happy to give it. And then we were able to learn from some, scientific people and psychologists and people,
great.
Giving all types of research. So we were able to get a lot of information to bring back to our clients and our practice as well. So it was very, very rewarding.
It was fun. It was fun. But it's glad to be back home. It's always great to be
Oh gosh, yes, indeed.
Hence our podcast today, episode 12.
Yes.
Need a change?
Need a change. I mean, sometimes we're at that point. And I should tell everyone that we're certified relationship coaches, we're professional matchmakers, we're authors, we're speakers. So if you're just wondering, who are these two ladies that are just
always telling
over
us
here
what to do,
talking and sharing their
tips.
perspective on something? That's what we are.
Yes, we're certified to do so, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
And we were doing it well before we were certified.
Right.
So I'm glad that we did go back and actually get credentialed so that we can help people. But yes. So we did talk about that. Need a change.
Need a change. And so it was interesting because we were just perusing social media, and we found this quote, and it was an inspirational quote, and it's a new month because again it's May.
It is.
It's a new month. That means new beginnings, new mindset, new focus, new start, and new results.
And it is the the second quarter of the year.
It's like the second half of the year almost. Yeah. And so we just start thinking about, it's the second half of the year, and almost everyone that we know have made resolutions and things that they wanted to do differently, but they get down on themselves because it really hasn't, progressed as effectively as they thought that it may have by now.
Yeah, and maybe we can stop on that. I'm sorry, real quick. So what was your New Year's resolution? Let's lean in and think about what that was. Let's bring it back to our mind to say what exactly it was, so we know what you were working on and what may have fallen off.
Yeah. What was yours?
What was mine? Mine was to read more. I'm not sure where that's coming. Where that's going. Good question, Coach. No, so mine was to read more, and then probably a couple months into it, I said, okay, I'm not finding the time to read. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to download and do audiobooks. So
how's that working?
Not good. I think I'm going to listen to my own information here. Yes, I'm going to be tuning in to this episode.
Me too.
Ooh, I've made it through maybe one or two books, like the first 2 chapters, and fell off.
It's hard.
Yeah, what was yours?
Mine was to work out more and just to run more. And I can tell you that I haven't done so well up until like this last month. So, and that's hence the purpose of the podcast today. It's never too late.
Right.
So I didn't get off the couch until last month. I don't know. Maybe it was the winter months. Maybe it was just me being lazy. I mean, I'm not making excuses because, excuses are tools
of the incompetent.
Let's go there. Excuses. Those who are in sororities know that.
Yes, that's a very fine poem that comes back when needed.
Excuses are tools to build monuments of nothingness. Yes, and those that deal in excuses seldom exceed in anything else.
Anything else. This is the truth. That is the truth.
Those of you who are Greek will know that very well. So
monuments of nothingness. There's no need to even give an excuse. And the funny thing is, most of the time we'll go back and listen to our own podcast. So like tomorrow I'll be doing something or in my car and I'll listen. So I will be tuning in just for myself.
I sure will. So again, I mean, the purpose here is that all is not lost, and we want you to just kind of reprioritize and focus. Even though it's May, it's not the end of the year yet.
There's hope.
It's not. You have how many more months left of the year?
Yeah. I mean, there's another day. So if you think of it, I mean, I think my church's motto is new beginnings. With every sunrise, there's a new beginning. And I was looking at that before. It's so true. So tomorrow is new. Today is new. This minute is a new start, so that you can start with something else. So, I mean, what are some of the things that, sometimes hold us back from being able to reach our potential? Or, if you're looking for a change or you had in your mind that you were going to do something different, what are the things that hold us back? So I was thinking about, maybe how many people do we meet that say, oh, I want to write a book, or, I want to lose weight, or I want to eat healthier, or I start a business, or I want to get more fun in my life. A lot of clients that come to us definitely want more fun in their life.
They
and
need
just
more
get
fun.
so structured. Yes.
Let's face it, they need more fun.
Yes, indeed. So some of the things that hold us back, I would say, are definitely naysayers that we hear all the time. So you might have gotten like a circle around you that's just pulling you down. And I talk about this to Tana all the time. So I'm just so selective now with my circle, just because it just seems to suck the life out of you.
It drains the life.
It really does. Like, if people can't see the big vision, it's just so...
You can't even... Well, here's the thing. You can't share it with everybody.
Yeah,
it's not for everybody.
This is true.
It's not for everybody.
No.
And they think we're crazy anyway.
Well, yes. We were just talking about that earlier. We're glad to have each other because we can just come out and say... I know when we first started our business, we had some things. We're like, oh, we want to go on the Steve Harvey show.
going to do all this other stuff.
People are looking at us like, you must be nuts. You must be crazy.
They thought we were nuts when we left those good jobs. In quotes, as they say. You're leaving that good job, girl. Good you job. Crazy? Yes. That good job.
And we're going to be matchmakers.
It's hilarious.
That is crazy.
But it takes two crazy people to do it.
Yeah. And it can take one crazy person. So, I mean, the funny thing is, I think a lot of times we're blessed with each of us are blessed with a purpose. So your purpose may not be someone else. It doesn't have to make sense to someone else. It's what, God has placed in you.
That's right. It's interesting because we were talking about church this past Sunday, and I called Kelly and I said, it's just reaffirming that we are walking in our purpose, because even when you get down and out, or even when things don't go your way, even in the business that you're in right now, if you think that, gosh, what am I doing? I mean, am I making the right moves? But, I was at church yesterday, and just out of the blues, like 3 people came up to me, and I'd never really share what I do, because I just don't want to bombard people with my business. And so they found out somehow, maybe on social media, but they came up to me, 3 different people at different times, and they were saying that they had just broken up with someone, and they were in tears and just heartbroken. And so I took the time to just comfort them and reassure them that, there is somebody else greater, out there for them, and God has a better plan for them. And just to uplift them and just give them, even for 5 minutes, that encouragement. And this happened like all throughout the day. And that was, it was just reassuring that we're walking in His purpose. And then so as Kelly and I were discussing, we were thinking, and she agreed that even if we won the lottery, even if we had millions and millions of dollars, we would still do this work.
We would, yeah. Because and that's a really so rewarding feeling. So I think we would love to share that with everyone else, even if it's, if you're good in your current business or your current position, but there's always something that you wanted to do differently. So let's say you wanted to be a personal trainer, or you wanted to do something totally out of the box. I mean, we only live once.
You do. You have one life. That's it. That's all you got.
So, I mean, some of the things that hold us back sometimes, naysayers, you think that things have to make sense. You're not living an authentic life. So you might be, one way from 9 to 5, and then you have to be another way at night. And then even getting complacent, like you said. So it's so often that you can just get complacent and you take 1 week off. Say for instance, for church, and then all of a sudden you haven't gone in 6 months, or you take 1 week off
all the time.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
1 week off from
and you're
working out.
Yeah, from working out. Yeah, it's 1 week off from starting your book, and you're on a roll. Then so complacency, all these things happen. But I think there are just so many ways to get refocused, and one of the things too, in conjunction with what you were talking about, is dream casting. So we do a lot of work. Dream. Yes, we love dreaming.
We do.
We believe the dream.
We do.
That's the funny part.
We believe it.
We believe the dream. Yep. So if you all could hear some of our dreams, you'd be like, these two are nuts.
Like, nope, it's going to happen.
It is going to happen. But so like Tana said, if money weren't an object, what would you be doing in the area that you need a change in? So let's think about that. If money weren't an option, what would you be doing? So we said we would still be doing the same thing that we're doing today.
Because what is so rewarding, because we help men and women, we help them connect with like-minded people, we help them find love, we help them evolve into their best them, and it's just amazing to watch them grow.
It is.
And just to be a part of it, to know that we were a part of that. So
right.
That's enough for me.
It is. That's and having the tools to be able to know that you are confident when you do meet someone, that you know what you're bringing to the table, that you're able to have conversation topics and what makes you unique. Just watching that butterfly. But I know there's a quote that I love, and I've seen it a few times, but if no one laughs at your dream, it's too small.
I know, that's right.
Right? So, I mean, we've had plenty of people to laugh. So if no one's laughing at it, then you're probably going too small. So one thing, definitely to get started would be to just dreamcast. Just take a minute to just start dreaming. And as life coaches, we do that all the time.
Definitely. And we would also say to just be intentional. I mean, in that quote, it was, just new intentions. So, how many of you said that you were going to meet somebody this year? Yeah. You said that this was going to be the year for you to meet the man or woman of your dreams. But what have you done since January or since you said it?
Right.
You know, what have you done? I mean, you know, and for ladies, he's not showing up at your door. Especially with those blinds closed and it's all dark in there.
This is true.
He is not showing up at your door.
And what is he getting when you open the door when you're at home? Okay.
Right.
You know, we like to be comfortable,
In
especially
sweats
single
and
women.
our
We like to be
hair wrapped
comfortable.
up
Let's be real with just us. So sometimes we like to be comfortable. So if you did open the door and this,
Ooh,
you know,
is he going to
strapping
see?
you at UPS guy or someone was making a delivery or something, what's he getting?
He's going to turn around and run is what he's going to do.
So we have to be ready even if he is coming to the
He's
store.
going to sprint.
We love being comfortable. After 5 o'clock, it's like, oh, I can't wait to change my clothes. I cannot
I
wait.
walk the door taking off my shoes and bra.
Yeah.
And it's like hanging on the chair. That's when you know you're not going anywhere else.
That's
It's
so
coming
fun.
off, taking it off under my clothes and hanging it up.
And usually if you have a great style, you're wrapping your hair. I mean, let's
absolutely.
be real. So
Absolutely. It is what it is.
it is what it is. Yes, trying to stretch something or putting your hair up. But I think also we have to create baby steps. So sometimes, I know for me, if the vision is like too big, then it gets overwhelming. And that sometimes helps to, you know, let us be complacent or we just put it down and don't get back to, you know, moving forward. But I think we have, you know, a lot of times as life coaches, we'll take a big vision. So, and it's not always in relationships, I would say too.
Right.
So, you know, someone usually just comes to us with a goal of where they want to go. So from point A to point Z. And so we take that and then we create baby steps. So you need to have a manageable plan.
Absolutely. And many milestones count. So,
Right.
I mean, if you have some, and we encourage goals and large goals, but I mean, I think it's realistic for you to just set many milestones.
Right.
Just so you can attain those and you can celebrate those. Celebrate the minis.
Yeah, and I'm thinking too, so like I said, when we first started, we have so many goals, but one of them happened to be that we wanted to go on the Steve Harvey TV show, just because we had seen him talking about a lot of relationships and stuff. But I mean, we started on local TV.
We sure did.
So we still do that sometimes here right in Charlotte, but it might not be that tomorrow you're on, you know, whatever, or you reached your goal, but you want to just start going. And I'm glad that we didn't, because we had already practiced locally.
We had plenty of practice locally, so we had plenty of mess ups before we got on national TV. But,
those lights turned on, and the first time we were like, ooh, this is a lot.
This is first of all, these lights are hot. Let's start
Yes.
there, and then there's so many moving pieces and things. That
Right.
you're
Which
just trying to
camera
get to
do I
this-
look at, or what do I say? Am I looking at you? Am I looking at Santa? Am I
Those
looking at the anchor?
teleprompter. We didn't know what we were
didn't
doing.
know what was.
But-
all we did was show up.
But by the time, again, so we started small. So we started in our local markets, but you never know who's going to see you. So you start there, and
the
you
same
never
for
know who's
radio.
watching. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
So you never know.
Yes, and so now we're doing our own podcast, sitting here talking away.
Yay, yay,
talking
yay.
away. So definitely get manageable baby steps going.
And also, even with relationships, so even with a new start, you know, if he showed up today, just like we just talked about the UPS guy or the FedEx guy or whoever is going to show up at your door, he's not. But in the event that he does,
Right.
I mean, are you the best version of yourself? I mean, do you have something to discuss and contribute other than your career and your dog? I mean, let's face it. Some people don't. They don't have anything else to talk about. So, you know, think about it and brainstorm about what makes you you. I mean, Kelly talks about it all the time about how she had to rediscover who she was after her divorce.
Oh, gosh.
But what makes you you?
Yeah, and I think it's just overall, you want to always be ready. So even if you're not there today, what are the steps that you can take to get ready? So even if you say you want to write a book, maybe you want to start downloading things on Google or doing some research. Like, what are the steps to write a book? What do I mean? I need to have an intro. I need to have, you know,
an
chapters
outline.
and an
Let's start with
outline,
an
right?
outline, yes.
And even going to some seminars or something around what you're looking for. Hiring a life coach. You know, we have coaches as well.
Everybody needs a coach.
Everyone needs a few coaches.
Yes, we have several. We have a business coach. We have our personal coaches, life coaches.
Right.
Absolutely.
And the same, like you said, with relationships. So it might be that you've picked the wrong person for several times and you just keep going down the wrong road. So take a minute and try to figure out, what am I doing wrong and how can I fix it?
If you want to fix it.
Well, you need to fix it because everyone wants love, right?
They do. So, I mean, if you want someone, then you're going to need to fix that.
You're going to need
just think
to.
about it, because you don't want to continuously make the same mistakes over and over, because we're evolving and we're growing.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you mean. So not everyone's ready
No,
to
they're
fix
not.
it. This
Yeah,
is
they're
true.
not ready, because we get people and we will turn them away if they're not ready.
Right.
And if they're not coachable, we can't help you.
That's
we can
so
only
true.
help you if you're coachable and you're ready for change.
Yeah, I wish we could. We always say, I wish we could just take a check and just, have this magic ball and just change someone. It's work. You know, you have to work on yourself and be willing to make some changes. Because if what you're doing today was working,
that's right,
then you wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here. So, I mean, it's not effective or successful for us,
right,
if you're not ready.
Yeah.
So we'll delay that. We'll say, well, you know, this is not the right time. So come back when you're ready to make some changes, and we'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, and we find that with our own coaches too. So our coaches will say, you know what, you're not listening. So we come with we just let them stay in their lane. So if that's what they're good at, we have a brand strategist, we have a lot of people, spiritual advisors, all types of experts that help us, social media. So if we're, you know, still trying to take over and do what they do, then it's not going to be effective.
It's not effective because how many times have our clients come and try to tell us how to run?
No, you're not going to go down that lane. You're not going to open that can of worms. You will not.
Yes.
You will not.
You know they do. They come and try to revamp our whole program. I'm like, listen, we've been doing this for 4 years.
And the funny thing is, when we first started and we listened to them, then we ended up making a mess.
Yes, we did. Because we tried. We're like, okay, well, let's try it. Because we were new.
Yeah. Like, you want to, you know, help the client. You want to be, you know, clients
accommodating.
Always right.
No.
But not in this.
Not in this. No. We know what we're doing.
No, ma'am, and no, sir. No. So we have lived.
So we're not listening.
And we have learned. Yeah. So we take into account, of course, your ideas.
We take suggestions.
Yeah.
And we may tweak something in your program.
It's a team.
But it is.
But to come in.
So, look, stay in your lane.
No, you didn't.
As we digress.
No, you didn't go there. You did not.
Yes, I went there because you know it's true.
It is true. It's so true.
It is true.
So I'm thinking too, so one of the things that I always do is to get myself refocused is get something to motivate yourself. So something tangible that's going to motivate yourself. So I know you, Tana, you have, you know, even for races, you like to have a medal.
Oh yeah, there's no medal involved. I'm not running.
She's not running.
I'm not.
She's not running if there's no medal.
Something around my neck that's clinging.
Yes. And shiny.
Yes, that I can post and I can smile. I have a whole rack in my house, about 30 to 40 medals.
Yeah. So everyone has something tangible that, I mean, what if we dangled, what is it that if we dangled in front of you that you would get back on the race and keep on going? So for me, I have a picture of my daughters in front of me. So it's really important for me at this stage in my life to leave a legacy for them.
That's right.
You know, for them to see me working, for them to see me. They don't care half the time if I'm on TV or radio. They come home and they're like, oh, that's great. What's for dinner?
I'm hungry.
What's for dinner? So I'm praying that down the line they'll care. But right now they don't really care.
They will when they're like 30. They're like 30. They're like,
old and gray.
You did all of that.
Yes. But my mom owned a business, and I can see that.
And a very successful business.
Very successful business when it was not, you know, even conventional. She was in, you know, corporate America and doing all types of things. So I didn't really recognize it either until I was probably in my late 20s or early 30s. I was like, wow, you had dinner ready and all that, and you had come home from doing this and having this meeting. So, you know, down the line they'll know. But anyway, get something tangible. So think about what that tangible thing is that you can have to motivate yourself, that you can, you know, have in front of your computer or, you know, in your car. What is it?
Yeah, I have to think about that for myself.
Yeah, just to get yourself motivated.
Yeah, I think maybe the vision board that we did, Kelly and I did a vision board last year about, you know, just a business vision board of where we wanted our business to go and the places that we wanted to be seen and the things that we wanted to do. So that motivates me. It's many different things.
Yeah, and a lot of things we've checked off now. So I think this December we'll be able to rework it a bit.
Great.
So that's
that'd
great.
Be fun. That'll be fun. We can add our little stars to the things on our vision board.
Yeah, I think the bigger platform that we have really helps to spread the word about the work that we do.
It does. Something else is, you know, your mindset. Just change your mindset. I know that, you know, I love to travel. So I've been traveling for, I don't know, many, many years. And so I've been to Europe. I've been to, you know, all the different islands. But it's interesting because I joined this travel group on Facebook and I love that travel group. It just gives me life. It gives me life just seeing all these people travel all the different places and their comments about these places and seeing the videos and the photos.
Yes.
That right there gives me life. It pushes me to work that much harder because that's what I want to do with my life. I want to create memories. I'm not a big, you know, yes, I love a big home and yes, I love a nice vehicle or whatever, but that's not important to me. Creating memories with my friends and my family is important to me. I want to see the world. I want, when I go out, I'm going out with a bang.
Oh, me too.
I'm going out with a bang. She did it all.
Yeah.
So
they lived.
She did it all.
Lived.
That would be on my
Here
headstone.
lies the matchmaking duo, and they lived.
I'm telling you. So, I mean, I think about just places that I had never really thought about going. Like, I didn't, like, Thailand was not in the forefront of my mind, but it is now. Like, we're going, and so those are some of the places. So we want you to think about things that are unconventional that you haven't thought about visiting before, or just places that you didn't think to travel to before. And and put those in your forefront. So we want you to change it up and have a new mindset when it comes to, even traveling or exploring different things, and just get out of your comfort zone.
Oh, definitely. And I think that also goes with having a circle of influence that helps you to dream. So I was thinking, just as you were talking, I have a friend who went to Europe. Where did he go? Switzerland, I think. But anyway, he was like, oh, it was so great because, I had some friends who owned a yacht, and, after we finished all of our work, we took his yacht. We all got dressed up. So this is what you call going out, right? Mm-hmm. All the friends got dressed up, took his yacht over to some place on, the Isle of something. He was telling me all about it, and pulled up to whatever the venue was that they were going to. They all had dinner and everything. And then, when the day was over, they took the yacht back.
Yeah.
They
commuted by yacht.
Yeah. That's what you call going out, in some isle, someplace. That's what you call living. So that was, even that expanded my mind. I have friends who have boats, but that's a little bit different.
Oh, it is.
The way that he explained the yacht and everything. That's what you call living.
Yeah, that's the way we want to live.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it. But I just thought most of all the experience was so, out of the box that, just having people around you that will just do that. We're going to take the yacht out to go.
Well, we always say, if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room. So again, that is keep surrounding yourself with people that can think much larger than you can.
Yeah.
At the moment. So that's what we do. We pride ourselves on doing that.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not about the money. It's about the experience.
It is.
That is, I hadn't even thought of something like that. So, and especially in a different country. It was somewhere seriously remote. So it sounded beautiful.
Yep.
And I would say, too, just scheduling time on your calendar. And don't cancel it for anything. So a lot of times if we see, Tana and I have a joint calendar. So anything that we see on the calendar pretty much is gold, unless we have barring some crazy emergency or whatever. So, again, I think even for me, so since I want to get back into reading more, there's so many books I have that I want to read. I'll probably just add it to the calendar. So, I know on, this time for 1 hour, my first step is going to be, I'm going to download some Audible something.
That's step one.
Step one, manageable baby steps. And then, take time to really put it on your calendar to get toward the goal.
It's so funny that you said that, because I saw on our joint calendar that you have a golf lesson tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
I was like, oh, look at her.
Yes, golf is coming. How long have I been saying? I know we went for golf a few times, but I want to get really, get to be good at it.
You have to get better at it. So I've been
besides the Wii.
Golf, the Wii doesn't count.
No, I'm pretty good on the Wii now.
I'm a great bowler on the Wii.
Yes, it doesn't quite make it.
I've been taking golf lessons in about 15 years.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. So I saw that on the calendar that you have that. So it's up to me to hold her accountable to make sure she does it. Because it might get deleted mysteriously.
It might. Because I haven't said a word. Usually,
she didn't say anything. I just happened to see it. I was like, oh, I see you.
Yeah, usually for the next day, we've already said, oh, I have such and such, so I'll catch up with you at like 11 a.m. I haven't said a word. So she probably sees me moonwalking backwards. Because sometimes I'm like, I have too much work to do. I have to get this done. But
I just said, I'm going to see if she goes to this golf lesson.
I'm going. All of you can keep me accountable. I will be at the golf lesson this week. And what are you all going to do?
That's hilarious.
Yes.
So, again, even with new results, like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. It's not going to happen unless you do something different. So I think for me, my weight. I struggle with my weight like every day.
Me too.
Oh, it's rough. It is rough. I don't even know. It's always so funny because I look in the mirror, I'm like, how did this happen? And Kelly's like, you know how it happened. What do you mean?
She asks that about 3 times a day. How did this happen?
How did this happen? Where did this extra roll come from? I was doing so well. I don't even know how it happened.
It's a common problem. I mean, I do the same thing. We go up and down, but I think eating to live and living to eat. So we're either on one spectrum or the other, depending on what time of year
it's
it is.
Those cookies. So y'all, we had to. Kelly and I love warm baked chocolate chip cookies. We had to fast.
Bad.
We had to do a fast to get those cookies out of our system.
To wean ourselves from the taste
bad.
of those cookies.
We were like Pookie from New Jack City.
We're like,
just keep calling and calling me.
Ooh, putting our hands together like, we were foregoing some meals for those cookies.
Just to have cookies.
Yeah.
Just to not eat, just to have cookies. It's so funny, and I don't know if you all know this, but Kelly and I live in adjacent neighborhoods, so like I could probably throw a rock in her neighborhood from here, and I'd call her up, hey, you got cookies?
You got cookies?
You got cookies? She's like, yep.
We're driving cookies around.
I just got a new tub of cookies.
Not a sleeve, but a tub.
A new tub of cookies.
Gosh.
So it got to the point where we couldn't even walk by the cookies in the grocery store because it was so bad.
There's something with those cookies.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It's like crack.
It's like crack. I have given up the cookies.
But we haven't had cookies. We need to ring the bell. We have not had cookies.
For how long? Probably like 6 months.
It's been 6 months.
Ring the bell for the cookies. Or lack of. Oh gosh. Now that we did have to wean ourselves off of. But yeah, you have to do something different to get different results. I mean, we had to go cold turkey.
We did, because it was not right. I mean, we would see these rolls popping up out of nowhere. And so we had to get rid of those cookies because they were not helping.
Yes. I mean, if you think of it, so what is it that you would need to do, like drastically, and just, because we go in usually when we get something in our mind, we go for it. So
it's like cold turkey. It's like all or nothing.
All or nothing.
Yeah, it's all or nothing.
Yes. We knew we couldn't have a little thing and just say, oh, we'll have two. They had to be gone. No. Although I must confess, every time I go through like Chick-fil-A or something, I do get a warm cookie.
Oh, you're telling.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You should see the way she's looking at me like, ooh, I
just told on myself.
Ooh, see there.
I had to tell the truth, but yes, but I don't go through often, but every once in a while I do have to get one. But the good thing is they're not at home.
Yeah,
so I have an end to it.
You do.
Because those things are warm.
Yeah, you're not eating a whole bucket of
No, not like I used to. So guys, what is it, ladies and gentlemen,
that's holding you back and that you need a change?
Yes. Whether it's relationships, whether it's business, whether it's the book you wanted to start, whether you need to lose weight, whether you said you were going to the gym.
Whether it's that man that you are, looking for.
Yes.
What are you doing differently?
What are you doing differently, and how are you going to get there?
And it's not too late.
Nope.
It's May. It's the beginning of May, and it's not too late.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
It is a new day. With every new day becomes a new beginning.
I'm like, what? That's your quote.
That is. I was looking at that at my church the other day.
I know.
Oh, with every sunrise, there is a new beginning.
That's your church quote.
I love it. I was looking at it up at church yesterday, and I was like, that's a really good quote. So I can't take credit for it, but it is the truth. There's always time to start anew. So anyway, we hope that you guys will please tweet us or inbox us. Tell us what you're going to do differently, because I mean,
we want to support you. We do. We want to support you.
And you all keep us accountable too. Ask me about what book I read, or if I went, and took golf lessons, or
ask me about these cookies.
Yes, and exercise and all that stuff.
And if I'm still running and not getting on the scale every morning.
Please, let's work together. Let's work together.
We need you. We need you.
Help us help you, and vice versa.
Thank you so much. Please follow us on social media.
Yes, Matchmaking Duo on everything.
Share this podcast with your family and your friends, and you can subscribe on iTunes and SoundCloud and Google Play. Please share.
Yes,
we've been enjoying it, and we hope that you have as well.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye.
To embrace the love inside of you, 'cause there will only be one you. Be your best lover, then you discover just how to love her. To unleash the power inside of you. Get something on